That's number 8. Then bit. Then bros. One word. I strongly encourage you to stay tuned for that. And if you want, they also have a Facebook page and a much better live show. Anyway, 8-Bit Bros, 8 p.m. Ironic Radio Network.
It's 8 o'clock, and you know what that means.
Oh, what up, people? Welcome back to another episode of the 8-Bit Bros. It is the late edition, and from what I'm hearing pre-show, we got some silliness to talk about tonight. So with that being said, not a kid-friendly show. Adult language, adult content. Do the right thing, people. Put your kids in the closet.
Are we good to go?
Believe it or not, stream quality should be good, but Facebook's not taking it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So wait, so you let me go through all of that?
Yep, I did.
I never pointed. Like I never pointed. So
I'm not looking at that. My cue is.
Is the end of his? Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I get it. Yeah, for
the finger
whatever
point is
reason,
for him, not for me.
For whatever reason, Go Live is not an option over there. So we're up on YouTube and Periscope and Twitch and anywhere else for the people out there who may want to see us. And stream quality is actually good. Louis, you got back? Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I have no problem knowing you're there. I hear all the background noise.
Sorry, my niece is here. That's all.
Oh, hi, niece.
Hi, niece. But yeah,
she's only 8 years old.
So Facebook has decided that they don't want to let us stream tonight, but that's okay. I've got green. I didn't get green on Tuesday, and we were live on Facebook. So if I don't get Facebook and I get green today, 'tis what it is.
How come I have no background?
I have a background.
I don't even.
We're voting you off the island tonight. That's why.
Well, one, because your green screen's not up.
Please go put out your torch.
Yeah, I know. I didn't put out my green screen, but I don't even have the option.
Did you upgrade your beta?
I did.
It's BS all the way around. Yay!
So do we want to just stop and retry?
That's on the man there.
I mean, like I said,
he's like, no, I don't give a fuck. We're going.
We're up wherever we're up. I mean, my service is just doing what my service is doing. So, I mean,
yeah, I hear you.
Even if I restart the show, it's not going to do anything. So,
okay, where do you want to go tonight then?
I don't know. We got Louis right here, right in off the start. So, go ahead and jump down all the sports brigades if you want.
Oh, can we get updates? I lost the fucking Mets. I lost the Mets on time. Fucking Mets.
Yeah, I don't know if my Cubs are going to. I don't know if my Cubs are going to get 35 out of this now.
But the Rays clinched last night. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Well, they gave us a tough time this year, and they
played good
ball. They held to
ball.
it. Yankees came on strong the last 2 weeks of the season. Everybody thought they were left for dead, but they came on. They're in the playoffs now. And I thought Toronto was going to give us a hard time, but Toronto slacked off. So it's going to be, and I think it's going to be Tampa and the Yankees in the league championship.
Most likely. Oh, there we go. My volume was so low.
Although this is a wacky season, anything can possibly happen. Still.
Yeah, well, yeah, anything can happen. I don't know. The Cubbies, they still got what? 5 games to play?
Yeah.
4.
Yeah,
only
4.
going to make up a game.
That's 3. 57. They played today.
Yeah, lost.
3 games. Yeah, I lost money on that fucking game. They played Pittsburgh.
Yeah, no. What a rough loss, man.
Yes, it was, because I had that parlayed and everything. It was a rough loss.
Hey, a loss is a loss, any way you look at it.
Dodgers, they got the Z today. Best no one can get a better record than the Dodgers at 39-7.
Yeah, but the thing is, they always seem to choke.
Well, that's true. I was just hoping they would win 45 games.
Yeah.
I mean, even winning 40 games is is historic. Think about it. You're only playing 60, you win 40. Okay, you're playing 1/3 of the regular season. So if you take your 40 wins and multiply it by 3, that's finishing the season with 120 wins.
Under normal circumstances, yes, but this year, well,
Well, like I said, shortened season, period.
right.
60 games. So if that's any indication, 1/3 of a season, if everything stays the same, boom. You're talking some historic wins here. And maybe some devastating. I mean, with Pittsburgh only winning 18 games, I mean that's like winning only 60.
Hey, Webb,
Yeah.
Well,
our server doesn't exist
to be honest,
anymore.
did you really expect Pittsburgh to do much of anything, though?
Not at all. On Restream, Thump?
No, of course
Well,
not.
what you gave me a while back, service restream.io and the RTMP colon / US East restream.io.live is not a US East is not a server anymore, right? I mean, it's still there, but it's not one of the official servers anymore
I don't think so.
because
Right.
East now has East Chicago, or it has Chicago and it has Washington.
Uh-huh.
And those are the Restream servers now.
Yeah. So you got to change it in OBS?
I got to change it in OBS because the one I have in OBS is RTMP colon / US East .restream.io / live.
East. Yeah.
Because the official server name is the one that's there, right?
Washington.
Right. Right. RTMP colon / Washington .restream.io / live.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. So you got to change it in Restream. I mean, in
Well, that's
OBS.
one.
Yeah.
I mean, it still doesn't explain why Facebook's not letting us go live, but
No, it's not letting us go live at all. I see that. Not even on my personal line.
no.
That's unable to connect.
Yeah.
Send data. Let's shut this one off.
Hold on
Yeah.
here. I'm gonna
Oh, that one.
I'm gonna send you this so you could verify because
Technical difficulties here. But
yeah. Let me there you are. Send you that.
Yeah.
And you tell me whether that is correct and if that's not.
Oh my God.
Because that's our key. Unless.
No, because we're set up over here for Washington.
No. That's our Facebook key.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I see where you gave me that. Where am I checking that with? That's what you have, right?
Right. And then you go into
And
verify the key, right? To the dashboard.
if I can remember how to do that.
For the unable to connect there. Settings. Edit settings. How can I make that? Oh, there it is.
Can you see?
that is. I don't know whether that's the beginning or the. Hold on. Oh, if that's the beginning, that's definitely not right.
Okay, wait a second. This is what I'm seeing.
Dude, mine is 3 times as long as what that is.
That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing as well. So those two are not matching. They went in and they switched it on us again, didn't they?
I have no idea. Looks that
Wait,
like,
wait. You have 274, as the key
Yeah.
when you.
When
no,
I
no,
go
no,
live.
no, that's what you say. No, 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 no,
That's-
no, 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 no. That is not what's in the stream key slot. You're not. You didn't look at the right thing. The custom RTMP. Pull up the settings, and the stream key starts out 756.
No, I'm not seeing that. I'm not even knowing where you're going here. You use persisting stream key, right?
No, not in Facebook.
Okay, where?
Why the fuck would you go into Facebook? That's what Facebook's given me. I sent you what Facebook's given me. I wanted you to go to Restream and see what you have typed into Restream to verify.
I don't think that. I don't think that. Hold on. Where is that? That's in stream setup.
Uh-huh. Well, you go to the dashboard, you see where it says custom RTMP 8-bit Bros Facebook page, unable to connect
Yes.
on the dashboard there, and then you see the settings, and then you edit channel settings.
Ooh, what the hell is that? How come I didn't get the whole key?
Well, the whole key is there, but
Oh yeah. Okay. So that's the
that's
stream key there.
that's supposed to be that's the stream key that Facebook's receiving, or yeah. So that stream key is not active anymore. They've changed our persistent key again.
So how did we get that? I don't remember.
I don't. Well, basically, what you need to do is take the one that you sent me, which is a copy of what I sent you.
They're different numbers.
No, 274, 274. Oh,
And if I turn on persistent and generate a new key,
hold on.
it's this.
Oh, look at that. They did take out the persistent. They cut it off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, does that one match?
No.
Okay, well, we need to take and punch that one in.
Do.
It's funny. Now it says it's online. And going live. Oh, man, we tanked as soon as I went there, though.
So now we're back on over there?
Yes.
That's so fucking weird.
Yeah.
There's the Facebook notification now.
Yeah. How fucking weird. Well, hello, Facebook.
Well,
26 minutes later.
Hey, it is what it is.
I mean, got figured out, so.
Yeah.
God, though, it just, my service just went all fucking stupid as soon as we connected there, though. I mean, it's miserable. It's yellow, it's green, it's red, it's orange. Now it's back to green. Looks to be stable. It's like, okay, we kind of figured out what you're wanting us to do here.
1,500. Good line.
800. Well, I know everything else is good here as far as, I mean, unless it's just an equipment failure. But I know all the equipment here is recently replaced, and even through the line and everything else. So it just seems like more of a limiter on their end. Get your shit together, Spectrum. Quit fucking with me. But yeah.
Weird.
Hi, Facebook.
Hi, Facebook.
Yeah. And for any of you who can't read it on the page there, if you think we're ignoring chat, we're not ignoring chat. Go to 8-Bit Bros Facebook page.
Yep.
It's a link in the channel there, live for you to be able to go click on. And you want to talk to us, we're in the chat.
See? So, dude, we didn't really get to touch on this the other day, but Microsoft buying fucking Bethesda and ID and
Yeah.
That was
7.5 billion.
insanity.
7.5 billion.
Oh, I thought we were going to stay sports oriented here at the beginning, but figured we'd go into a little bit of NASCAR, talk about the football season so far. Me and you are in a fantasy league.
Oh, that's right. We are.
We drafted
You guys drafted a league?
we
How you
drafted
doing
a
on
league
that?
a week late.
A week late.
I got Southern Yankee hit me up with an invite. He was like, "Yo," he was like, "Would you be interested?" He was like, "We're gonna be drafting today," and I'm like, "I'm going to work. Like, I can't draft then." He goes, "Let me talk to the guy. We'll draft." And he hits me back. He's like, "We'll draft tomorrow at this time." He's like, "And we need one more person." I was like, "Webb probably wants in. I'll hit Webb up." So I hit Webb
Yeah.
with the invite, and he's like, "Hell yeah, I'm in it." And I was like, "All right, he's in. I'm in. We're good to
I got
go.
the
We'll draft tomorrow."
I'm in obviously the Dynasty League that we're in
Yeah.
every year, Web, which we're getting decimated with injuries.
Yep.
In my work league, I lost my starting running back, Saquon Barkley, for the season.
Yes, you did.
I lost my wide receiver 3, Paris Campbell,
Yes,
for
you
the
did.
season. And George Kittle is questionable to play.
Yeah.
Didn't play last week. And now I'm looking at the waiver wires, picking up people like the backup to Christian McCaffrey as my starting running back. And we're playing on ESPN, which is just downright terrible.
Yeah, I'm up on here.
Yeah, we're playing on ESPN
Yeah.
as well.
It's so terrible.
It's definitely not as smooth to operate as our other leagues were.
Yahoo, yeah.
I'm doing relatively good though. I did lose a running back last week. I had Mostert, but it's not for the season. Mine's one of the least hurt running backs from last
I
week.
lost him too. I
Yeah.
lost him too. I had him too.
yeah. So, but you couldn't have lost him at a better time though, because he put up his
Right.
points and went
And then-
over
and
and
then
then,
got
went down.
Yeah.
So that didn't
yeah.
hurt last week. It's gonna hurt not to have him this week. But I've got some decent running backs to slot in outside of that. I drafted good this year. My draft looked pretty solid.
How big's the league?
It's a 8-man league.
Okay.
So
Small league, so everybody's pretty much stacked.
yeah, everybody's got. Well, I was. You know.
Yeah, my work league. Here's perspective. My work league is 12.
Oh God, week 2 injuries killed that league.
It's a 12-man league, half-point PPR, which you know how I feel about that. Like,
Yeah.
if you're gonna go PPR, go PPR.
Yeah,
Don't give me this half point. And he's like, and the reasoning was, well, it gives the non-pass catching backs a better opportunity and devalues the reception to level the playing field. I'm like, that is completely the most asinine reason I have ever heard in my entire life. It's basically you're telling me that you just gutted the draft for everyone who doesn't know what they're doing, instead of favoring the people like
Right.
who know how to draft.
right. The people that
Some
should
don't.
the people that should be in your league at this point anyway, because it's been
Well,
around
it's a
long
work
enough.
league, so you've got anyone who's like, yeah, I'll play fantasy football. I've never played before, but count me in. Thanks for your $30. You know, I mean,
I lost Le'Veon Bell one.
Well,
no major loss there. Looking at the numbers he put up last year, it's no big loss.
right.
no.
Well, see, now this league that we drafted in, they post-gamed us. So week 1, they filled in based on our current starting lineups.
Yeah, that was horrible. I left 80 points on the bench. They could have done a better lineup for me.
Well, yeah, but you also could have not ended up having to auto-draft.
That was impossible.
Because look, the first thing Webb has to do as soon as he gets to his team is let go of a running back because he drafted one that's not there.
Who'd you draft?
Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah.
Oh,
Zeke Elliott, Le'Veon Bell, Dalvin Cook.
Yeah,
That's
because
good.
of course he was drafting
Carlos
best available,
Edwards.
but when one of the
Carlos
best available was an
Edwards.
IR,
Yeah, Clyde Edwards, Elaire, Joe Mixon, Kareem Hunt, Antonio Gibson,
Do you have
Jonathan
anybody
Taylor.
other than running backs?
Jonathan Taylor. Yeah, I got Odell Beckham on my bench.
You're
Yeah,
not going to play him against Washington this week?
I got Kenny Galladay on my bench.
You're not going to play him either?
He's questionable. I got Chris Godwin on my bench.
These teams are just ludicrously stacked. It's like playing the double-double my league that I used to run every year.
I threw a wild card out there this week, and I'm running Devontae Parker tonight.
oh really?
Yep.
I mean, it's not as wild as like saying that you drafted like Devontae Freeman out there and are running him this week
Right.
because he's going to be the feature back for New York moving forward. All right, Ren, I'll give you my starting lineup this week, and then I'll give you my bench. I got Cam, or Slam, as he's now known in Las Vegas. Slam Newton.
I have my QB.
Derrick Henry, James Conner,
Ugh.
Adam Thielen, Calvin
Ugh.
Ridley, Travis Kelce, Aaron Jones, running the Bucks defense this week, and Greg the Leg Zerline as my kicker. My bench right now is sitting with Raheem Mostert, Terry McLaurin, Ronald Jones II, Jared Cook, Chiefs defense, Ryan Tannehill, and CeeDee Lamb.
Lamb.
It's not bad, man. Too many defenses for my liking.
Well, the only reason I have the second defense is because it's just not real good for Kansas City right now. I don't know whether or not I want to hold on to him or let him go because of what
You
happened.
know my feeling. You know my feeling about kickers and defense. Every week you're picking a kicker that's kicking in a dome if you possibly can, especially getting into these colder months. So you take a dome kicker. No elements can affect them. And defense, you pick based on matchup.
Yeah.
Like, I'll never carry a second defense. To me, that's, like, pointless. That's a roster spot where I could take somebody away from Webb, who is a waiver wire guy who plays the waivers every week.
Yep. Well, last
Like
week's
last week I picked up, someone dropped Leonard Fournette because he had a shitty first week. I picked him up last week. I was like,
same thing.
Yeah,
I picked up Fournette. This week I picked up whoever this dude is who's the backup to McCaffrey. I'm like, if I get a week out of him, great, because I'm really hurting now at running back. Like, my other starting running back is Mark Ingram, who's running in a committee.
Yeah.
So it's like,
But 2-0 because of the gimme week that I got because of how I drafted. And then last week I put up 177 to 134.
Nice.
oh, I got decimated last week. I got totally...
And that was against Saquon UC.
Hey, Saquon UC.
Mr. Southern Yankee himself, man. I was like, we get to play first.
I destroyed who I played too. I didn't put up your numbers. I put up 138 up against 77.
I thought it was funny that the owner of this league was like, okay, who's going to finish second? And he's 0-2. But he's in a division that, if I'm not mistaken, like everybody else is 1-1.
All right. How does Devontae Adams only put 6.6 up last week? I'd ask the resident Green Bay guy, but he don't know.
Devonta Adams, he went out with a hamstring.
Okay.
Oh, right. That's right. He did go out with a hammy.
Mm-hmm.
Right. DJ
Hi, hammy.
is he's ruled out this week too, right?
Yeah. That game's started.
Oh, okay. All bets are final.
Chalk is not playing because that game has started.
Finn's got to win. Jaguars are horrible.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, come on. Everyone's back on the train of
Minshew train?
Porn Boy.
The Minshew? Minshew?
Yeah, the Minshew train.
Hilariously,
Turner?
these two guys threw facial hair conversation back and forth at each other throughout the week.
Mm-hmm.
So the beard
Funny.
versus the mustache.
Yeah. I mean, he's got a nice fucking beard going on now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's been the Fitz beard for a while now, and he's definitely rocked into it pretty good.
I couldn't grow
Jags
that.
are on the field currently.
Just looks so wrong, that beard, man. I could not wear that. I'd be scratching it, and no.
I
After
can't
a
believe he
while,
puts a chin strap on
it doesn't get scratchy.
Yeah, it's
No.
true. After a while, it just doesn't get itchy.
After a while, it's just like hair on your head.
Yeah,
Soft.
yeah. It literally,
Yeah.
once the follicle area gets used to having a permanent presence there, it's no problem at all.
So, Thump, how is training going?
Oh, see, yeah, I thought we had alluded to this on Tuesday that
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
Oh, you're not doing it.
No, there's a memory section that you have to recite 15 things word for word, and any misses disqualifies you. And so, given 6 days to remember these 15 items, I was like, I don't think I'm going to be ready for you, man. I was like, I'm just going to go ahead and not waste either of our time and do this. And I'm going to go on about my business over here hanging out inside the facility. I like the job anyway. They keep trying to move me over to sort aisle. They did that on Monday, put me up on sort. And as soon as I get to standing up there, I look up and my supervisor, my part-time supervisor that I deal with all the time, not the full-time guy that sent me over there, but my part-time supervisor is looking at me, and one of the guys from on the trucks is looking at me, and they're like, "What the fuck are you doing?" They were like, "Fuck sort aisle."
Yeah.
Get the fuck back over here. And so I worked that night there, and then I went back to unloading trucks the next day because it was just I like being over there better. It's more fun of a job. Like it, I really enjoy it a lot more.
Makes sense, though. Totally makes sense.
Well,
Yeah.
sort
It
sort
does.
aisle is a lot of
Faster pace, no?
uncertainty. Because unless you get paired with a regular truck guy, you're never gonna know what type of person, what type of flow you're gonna have. Like I got a
Yeah.
permanent sorter, and that's another reason why I didn't want to move. It's like I got a permanent sorter. Me and my sorter get along just fine. If I need them to come over and pull hardware, no problem. If I end up speeding up and fucking wanting to slam some shit out the door for a while, no problem.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm having one of those chill days, we're both good on that. And so going over to the other side, though, it's no guarantee of having like a permanent unloader. You get
Yeah.
bounced around all over the place, and there are like 3 guys in our crew that I don't want to sort. Their flow is ridiculous, and I don't want to be on the receiving end of that. I mean, the good part is I deal with less hardware if I was over there. You know, I don't have to sort hardware hardware goes down a slide separate. Like, well, I say hardware. It's called E-reg or hardware because most of the packages that go down the slide have an H on the label,
Right.
like a big H on the and it's for anything over 75 pounds or over 6 foot in length,
Okay.
or
Well, the H
or
stands
over
for-
30 inches wide. So it's stuff that won't go down the sort belts because the sort belts are 30 inches. Well, they're like 31 inches, but
Yeah.
it's because they turn into two. One sort lane is actually two. So you get like 8 belts or 10 belts behind you, but those 10 belts each have 2 colors on them.
Yeah.
And according to where things are going, you have to be to the left side of a belt or the right side of a belt. And once it gets to the other, like once it gets maybe 40 yards into the belt, it hits a split that drops it down this belt. If it's going to the left side of the belt or this side because it's going down the right side of the belt, it falls into another line, like a slide that takes it down to another belt to take it to another part of the facility, according to where in the country or world it's going from where it started.
Right.
But E-reg and all that stuff comes off and doesn't ever go to the sort aisle. It just goes straight down to the bottom, and it's got a dedicated belt that goes to a whole section of the facility that is dedicated just to big, oversized fucking shit. Heavy, over 70 pounds, big, over 30 inches, oversized, over 6 feet long.
Mm.
But yeah, so I took a breather on the truck thing because it was like, all right, I can possibly do that at a later date, and you know, even if it's like next year that I do that, then I'm fine with that.
That makes sense.
I'm comfortable where I'm at. I like where I'm at. I like the people I work with, and it's probably better that I spend a little bit of time there and work myself up to different stuff with a bigger knowledge base of people within the company, because people within the company can be very valuable to you as you move around.
Hey, Ren,
Yeah, man.
what Thump failed to tell you is who he dropped when he went out and got the Buccaneers defense this week.
Oh yeah,
What you do?
To make room for his 2 defense team now, he dropped Emmanuel Sanders.
yeah, I did.
Ooh.
Not even remotely sorry about it either.
I mean, I can get it. He
He's got
he
stuff
has a
going.
history of being streaky, so
True, but he's got decent wide receivers.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually let go of the least projected receiver on my team. And he was least projected by a long shot. I mean, I understand no Michael Thomas, so this is going to open it up for him to be a little bit more available this week and potentially have a good week this week.
It would have
But
been if you dropped Jared Cook. I could use that.
oh yeah, I'm
move.
sure that would have been a lot nicer. That's why he didn't get dropped.
Uh-huh.
That was
Need a tight end. Definitely need a tight end.
yeah. Shoot, during the draft, everybody kind of started scouting those tight end positions. Like, it's still a very valued position. I mean,
It's point making position if you got the right guy there.
did anybody in our league draft a Gronk?
Not that I'm aware
I
of.
don't think so. I think he was still sitting on the bench, but that was a smart decision, because if anybody would have done that, you would not be very happy.
No.
He is
No.
the bottom tight end right now.
Probably. Forgot to draft my team for the fucking.
Oh, excuse me. The owner of the league is actually 1-1. That whole division is 1-1. There's an East and West division,
Yeah.
and the entire East Division is 1-1, and then the West Division, me and the other 2-0 team are facing each other this week,
Head
and
to head.
then there's 0-2 teams for our other two.
Yeah. Thumb's ranked number 1 by points put up.
352 points.
Yeah, he's got 3.
Go get him.
352 in 2 games. Followed by number 2 in our league is 313. So
Yeah. Yeah, I've got 262. Yeah, not good.
sitting
But-
in 5th place currently. So it's not last.
No,
Which
third
that
division.
was detrimental right there, because I don't like the draft wasn't favorable to him for his week 1 matchup. Same for Webb. But then going into week 2, like, he lost some significant, like, his game just kind of with losing Saquon and what was it? Michael Thomas,
The
George
amount,
Kittle.
the amount of injuries
Hey,
to running.
he's got Devonta Freeman.
Yeah, he dropped Barkley for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got Ingram on his bench.
I'd be running Ingram over Devonta Freeman any
Well,
day of the week.
He ain't running him right now, so
Mike Davis is who I picked up, Carolina running back.
Mike Davis, huh?
He's getting the lion's share of the carries with McCaffrey out.
Yes.
My kicker this week is Dan Bailey.
Oh, the Dan Bailey.
The Dan Bailey.
And
And
I'm
Miami
running
is now
Browns defense against Washington.
Miami is now up by 2. Yeah, Browns defense is not a bad bet this week. I'd like to see Washington's defense step in real hard on that game, though, and keep the score low. Because right now it's not real favorable for that to happen. We need a lot of parts to step up.
Mm,
4 out of our last 5 regular season games have all had teams score 30 points or more against us. So
yeah, that's never good.
nope.
Yeah, just a rash of injuries this week. Even though I didn't watch any games,
train
or
wreck,
even
man.
my phone just kept blowing up with injury alert, injury alert, injury alert.
Yep.
I mean, San Francisco
mass
lost.
unit.
San Francisco lost 2
5.
defensive linemen, their quarterback, their running back.
Yeah.
Who's the 4th or 5th?
I thought it was 5
I thought
altogether.
they lost 3 on offense and 2 on defense.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Yeah, they lost both.
Either way you
for the
look at it, it's a
season.
lot.
Who would they lose, Louis? Do you know offhand? Besides Garoppolo and
I
and Moose?
posted. Hold on. Actually, if I'm not
They
mistaken,
lost Bosa.
I posted
Oh, Bosa-
in
Bosa's
general
the other
chat.
His little brother. Mm-hmm.
Bose is the other one, right?
Okay, they lost. They lost Jimmy G. They lost Bosa. They lost Coleman. They lost Monster, whatever, however you say his
Mostert.
name,
Mostert.
and Monster and Solomon Thomas.
Right, Thomas.
That's 2 big pieces of their defense too.
And 3 big pieces of their offense, and blaming it.
Coleman,
wait.
Coleman, meh.
Okay, wait. Okay, here's the kicker. Okay, here's the kicker to the whole story. San Francisco bitched that the surface in MetLife Stadium is too sticky. And this is what's causing all these injuries at the stadium. Now, I, for
That
one,
was turf.
it's sticky. Yeah, I've walked on it myself for the XFL, and
Oh, wow.
it was very, very sticky. There's no doubt about that. Poor San Francisco stays here this week to play in that stadium again, back-to-back weeks.
Now wait, you said that the field was sticky or the XFL was sticky? Oh, no. That's a joke. That's a joke.
I got you. I got your joke.
I couldn't resist. Sorry.
But yeah, they got to stay back and play here again, back-to-back weeks in the same
Yeah.
stadium.
XFL is going to be the most exciting thing because it's going to be the first time you ever have an owner playing in the sport.
Right? So he couldn't keep his job or make it. Didn't he play pro? He didn't play pro, right? He played college, and then had an injury
Yeah, college.
that kept him out of pro.
You mean The Rock, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
So
did
his
play
way of-
college, but the injury got him. So
So
he
his-
went into wrestling instead.
So now his way of finally playing professional football is to buy a league.
Yeah, which
Well,
I
good
mean,
luck
we're
with that,
we're
pal.
probably all pretty sure that like he's never going to actually suit up in anything, and it was
No.
all just a good little, shot of words out there. I mean, he himself also in line
but
with
the
that
thing is
statement
that-
said that he would get blown out. He knows he'd get blown out by these youngins. So
Yeah.
No, but the thing is, is he going to be trying to be the savior this week? I don't think so.
I
Mm.
don't
Failed
think the
twice
league. I don't
already.
think the
Haven't you
league
won your
needed
lesson?
any Saban. To be honest with you, I think the only thing that really caused this league to end up falling over the way it did was the COVID.
Do you think if they didn't have this COVID, it would still be going strong?
I mean, I think they would have finished the season. I think there was enough fan base that people were going to the games. Yeah, without COVID, I think that there was a lot of excitement behind the league, and this could have been successful
Yeah.
had COVID not happened. I think that if it wouldn't have shut down sports the way it did in the middle of an upstart league, yeah, they had everything going the right direction. I mean, there was novelty behind the league that people would. The beer snake was a thing. Like people liked. Like there were people talking about it. You had players that people knew who they were. The fan attendance was actually pretty good at the games. TV wasn't near as good as what they would have liked it to have been. But like I said, it's the same thing that NASCAR's facing. And that when you put these sports behind a paywall to watch them, that of course their television viewership's going to suffer a little bit with the NASCAR season deciding to go behind Fox Sports 1 and NBC Sports Network. I mean, your TV viewership's going to go down because people aren't paying for these sports packages for all the other bullshit that goes on the rest of the week that's not related to sports that they're interested in. So for that to have one game here and one game there, it wasn't their television viewership behind a paywall was going to suffer, but there were fans in the stands. People were going to these games, and they were really, really hyped up about being at these games too. The fan base. I followed a lot of them on Twitter. I followed all the teams on Twitter, and the fan bases were rabid in every region that they were in.
That's true. That's true. I was following all
So
over.
why do you think the other league failed though?
The other league failed just because it was too much of a show, too much hoopla, and not enough sport. This was sport. People liked the innovations that were being done.
No, not the original XFL, the AAF.
Well.
That's a really good question.
Yeah, that's a weird one to try and figure out on why it didn't really succeed, because we were excited for that one too.
Yeah, we had our teams.
Yeah, I was a Birmingham Iron guy, so I think it may be a market share that they were in markets that were. It proved what I've always asked about. Well, if the NFL expands, why don't they go into markets where the football is very, very powerful in an area, which means you would go into collegiate football areas and try and bring a team into a collegiate. And that may be what their problem was. When you put a team in Alabama that is Roll Tide and try and compete with that football base, those people are college football fans. That would be like trying to bring a pro team into Nebraska. Like, you're not going to do that. Like, it's Cornhuskers all the way. So, you're not going to bring a pro team into that area,
They
even
had
though
them in the USFL, if I'm not mistaken.
they tried. Yeah.
I think the reason why the AFF or AAF rather
Yeah, AAF.
didn't succeed was because of the owner, Dundon.
Oh, the thief.
Okay.
He didn't get.
Oh, right.
He from everything I remember. From everything I remember on this, he was trying to cut a deal with the NFLPA, Players Association, to use the AAF as the equivalent to the NBA's G League. This is where you go to learn football on a
Baseball's farm
professional
teams.
level. Right, exactly. And Players Association loved the idea, but you've got the NFL to deal with, and there's going to be hurdles and red tape, and it's going to take time, and maybe that'll work in like 3 or 4 years.
Whatnot.
3 or 4 years maybe, or 2 or 3 years when we can figure everything out. And Dolan was like, Dolden, whatever his name is, I can't remember. He's like, yeah, no, no, I'm here to do this now.
Yeah.
Now, not in 3 years.
Right.
And,
Not in 3 years.
and in at the end of the day, it was his money that's running the fucking league.
Yeah.
So.
All right, guys, I'll talk to you on Tuesday.
Be good.
Yeah, man.
I would think that it should have succeeded with Ebersol involved. I think it came down to money, personally. I haven't read anything up on it lately. Isn't there something about the XFL buying their team properties or some crap like that?
Now, see, that would be interesting because they did talk about future expansions, and that would give them markets to drop into.
Yep.
But I still think they face the dilemma of cultivating fans in college football dominated areas that would be willing to watch pro football.
The other thing is, with the AAF, it was one guy who owned all the teams.
Right.
There was no team self-ownership, which is usually better business practice in the long run. I mean, it's great if you want to try and own it all, but that's like being the dictator in what you're telling everybody is a democracy. It don't work.
Nope, never will.
No, isn't this the same guy who owned the Hurricanes too?
Yep, which is one of the reasons why you also hear me not talk very favorable about them on several instances.
It's all starting to come back to me. Like I said, I'm from memory.
Yeah, I mean, but the good thing is we got pro football right now. And good news for everybody else is the Big Ten and the 12 are going to be playing football.
Man, Miami's up 14-0 right now.
Yep.
Big Ten, Pac-12.
Yep, Pac-12 has agreed that they will come back in November.
Yep, November 6th.
A league-only series of games. There will be no out-of-conference games. So,
yeah, it's probably.
What did they say? A 7-game in-conference season, something like that.
Yeah. MetLife Stadium Field has met all standards and protocols. By the way.
Well, they do go.
Ian Rappaport reported the turf met all acceptable standards and protocols for NFL field surfaces following a Wednesday examination involving reps from the NFL Players Association, MetLife Stadium, the Jets, the Giants, the company field turf,
That motherfucker got his toe down.
And an independent field inspector. I told you.
That one I care more about. The independent field inspector. I like the fact when you use, an outside agency to verify that would not just be team bias, and that would be the Jets or Giants guys that go out and go, yeah, this field's good. It's like, well, yeah, it's your fucking field. Of course it's good.
Yeah, I mean, I like the idea of having the Players Association representative there. The MetLife Stadium itself.
Right.
They need to be held accountable for anything that is found to be wrong here. Hey, you installed this shit. Figure it out.
Something else recently about the NFLPA signing off on something. I'm trying to remember what that was. And the Jags have put themselves on the board.
There you go. 14-7.
All right.
I don't know.
So the biggest other news in sports is we get a new NASCAR team next year.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't know anything about the team except for its ownership and its driver. We don't know what manufacturer they'll be running, even though it's presumed that it'll be Toyota.
Yeah, it most likely will be. I mean, that was...
We don't know what the team name is going to be yet, even though people are assuming since Michael Jordan's majority ownership, this will be Jordan Motorsports. Because he is the majority owner of this property. And we also do not have a car number for this charter. But there's also a reasonable assumption that we will see the iconic number 23 on this car as well. These are all everything else.
Is that number
available? Everything else outside of this is rumor. 23, if I'm not mistaken, it may be. The last time I think I saw the 23 was on like a Dr. Pepper car.
Is that a Wood Brothers 23? Is it Wood Brothers number?
I don't know. Now you got me wanting to look it up.
Michael Jordan, 23. Frank Mundy. It hasn't run since 2018.
Right, in which I think it was the...
Most recently fielded the 23 Toyota Camry and Ford Fusion for J.J. Yealy.
Oh, it's Front Row Motorsports.
Yep.
Oh, well, that's the rumored kind of Toyota.
They bought the 13.
Right.
They bought the car number 13. So that's...
Well, they bought the charter to that team, yes.
Right. Yeah, but usually the number accompanies the charter. So we're probably looking at a 13 here. That was...
but we've also got like a year...
Yeah.
To see what other acquisitions are made. Right now, they have a charter, and they can acquire more numbers.
Yes.
That are not necessarily part of the charter because there are only 32 charters, and there are more than 32 numbers available. So.
Yeah. Who else sold their charter? The Levine family.
Yeah, Levine family racing.
Charter also. But and Spire Motorsports bought that. But yeah, so it looks like it's a 13. Close to being 23. Maybe there's
It's going to be the 23, and it's going to be, and the car is going to look just like an old school Jordan.
Well, I do believe that the
black and red,
that the first.
And Nike will be a sponsor in it.
No, it's going to be Jordan's Jumpman on the car. It won't even be Nike.
I was thinking like Jordan's Jumpman on the hood, that old school white car with the red hoop around the front and the black heel with the black or red Nike swoosh on the side. That's what I was thinking.
I'm
those
about
old
that.
school.
I'm about that life. I'd take that.
Yeah, I don't see a problem with that.
But
I mean, come on. He's in bed with Nike. Yo, man, you want to sponsor my car? You know you want to sponsor my car.
Well, we know that Bubba is going to be carrying a ton with him. You know, we got Cash Apps with him. Who's the other guy? He got Cash App. He got somebody else. Like, he's got a couple sponsors that are directly to him. So,
Is he the driver?
Who, Michael?
Bubba Wallace?
No, Bubba.
Bubba Wallace, yeah.
Yeah,
Bubba Wallace is going to be his driver?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Michael Jordan,
Okay.
Denny Hamlin, and their driver of Bubba Wallace.
Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah, Bubba Wallace. So,
I heard Jordan bought a NASCAR. I didn't hear who the driver was.
yeah. Bubba Wallace. Denny Hamlin, Michael Jordan as the owners. Bubba Wallace is the driver. In what appears to be the 13 car. Yeah, that's right. You heard it here first.
Yeah, currently the 13 car, but like I
It's going
said,
to be the 23.
like I said,
He'll figure out a way to get that 23. It's Michael Jordan. Come on.
we don't know anything beyond these three people bought JTG Daughtry Racing. That's it. That's all we know is that part. It doesn't have a team name yet. They don't have a manufacturer announced yet. They don't have sponsors really announced yet. We know that Bubba has some that he just got that are sponsors that will probably travel with him, but we don't know whether these are going to be majority sponsors with this new team or how that's really going to shake itself out. I mean, there's a lot of time to go on before all of that. You know, more exciting is going to be, is it going to be a Toyota car? I mean,
Well, yeah, I mean, it should be. I guess.
presumably it will be.
That was kind of the deal as far as I originally read it.
But yeah, so this is all supposed to actually find itself ready in time for the new cars,
Yeah, again.
the next gen cars. Yes, the new next gen cars.
You just need to figure out how to go all electric and be done with it. Just do it. Be done with it.
I mean, Formula E,
Yeah, exactly.
they figured it out.
Yeah. That little fucking turbo boost when you're closer to somebody to make racing more exciting. Guy gets too close, all of a sudden, car takes off. Fucking They figured
Magnetic
out-
fields interacting with each other.
right. Yeah, they just figured out so much shit how to make racing is so much better, and still as safe as any other motorsport. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Indy and Formula One running their Halo projects that they've got going on. The drivers have been real happy with that. We haven't seen any damage to car performance. You know, so that's actually worked out across the board for both of those to have the innovations that have gone on for their cars. The talk about NASCAR lowering horsepower seems to be a favorable thing.
Yep, slowing them down a bit. Just a bit.
I don't know, man. I mean, they were lower horsepower back when they were doing 200 mile an hour. So,
Yeah, I mean,
all they've done is up the horsepower and put restrictor plates on them so they can't go fast.
Can you imagine these cars at like 1,000 horsepower in a draft?
Did you see what was it? How many horsepower was that truck? The Cummins diesel engine that just
The one
blew apart
blew-
the truck.
It was the fuck was it? It was like 1,400, 1,200, 1,400. Oh shit! I had that just before. 2,400 plus, if I'm not mistaken. Right? A 2,400 horsepower, and that fucking thing exploded. I think. Something.
2,900 horsepower
29?
on the dyno.
Right. Well, that's where it blew up.
Yeah, on the
On the
dyno it blew up.
Yeah, it's a pretty fucking wild video. You're like,
Oh wait,
wow.
no. Auto Evolution says this was the other one. They're saying 2,900. This one says 3,000. 3,000.
Well, how the hell do they know it blew up before they could, get the full effect of the pull?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's great.
Boy.
That shit was crazy. I was watching somebody dyno their car the other day on YouTube, and they did like 4 different pulls on the dyno, 3rd gear, 4th gear pulls as they were, setting the car. And he's like, all right, we'll do this last one. This should be it. And he fucking exploded the drive shaft out of the car.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they were running for cover, and I mean, half of it shot out, stuck in the wall. I was like, wow, that's pretty fucking bad.
Yeah, that's that.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty bad.
That's that super shit there, man. But I mean, you got to remember that when you start pushing the limits of what this combustion engine was designed to do, that you need to strap up the other parts.
Yeah. Oh shit. You just made me remember, since we were in the sports thing. What about the Chargers doctor?
Punching a lung. No, less. All right, hold on. In that entire scenario, I am less concerned about the fact that this doctor accidentally punctured a lung. More concerned about the fact that Tyrod's like, I ain't mad. What do you mean you're not mad? Dude.
He accidentally punctured his lung while trying to administer painkillers for a guy who probably shouldn't have been suiting up anyway with cracked ribs.
Yo, come on now. We've had several quarterbacks that have went out there in their cages with rib damage that have played hella games. You've even had a quarterback go out there and do that. So
yeah, this is true.
And still play good. So the pain medication, but this goes in more to let's talk about these doctors in the league, man. When you look at what Washington went through and the injury bug that they went through, that seemingly was on the strength and conditioning medical staff of the team, is really where the big problem was with them. Not ignoring the cancer of Trent Williams, or they're on him. So I mean, you look at some of these doctors in the league and see whether or not they're taking care of these players, and it's up to these teams to provide exceptional care for high value, contracts that are out here.
Yeah. And his rib injury isn't really all that bad. I mean, he practiced all week with the team, took all the reps. Hey Bear, Herbert.
Justin Herbert, I'm sorry, but I still think our boy, Mr. Peters, had the best meme of the week with Herbert looks like a Disney star, that a high school
High School
a
Musical.
high school quarterback with an exceptional talent for music.
Yeah, trying out for Glee or some shit like that. Yeah,
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 it was
yeah.
hilarious. He
Yeah,
was like,
Disney's High School Musical. It was
yeah,
fucking,
yeah, that one was pretty funny.
funny. There's a lot of shit around the league like that too. I mean, it's just
But yeah, and then you look at the rash of injuries here in week 2, and you look at these. Was no preseason a bad move?
I don't know. I don't know.
I
I
mean,
mean,
this is it is getting up to game speed, and you know, it's not preseason's a lot of rest and getting acclimated to being back at game tempo. You know, while they evaluate talent through those first 4 weeks, where these guys had no preseason and were thrust into week 1, teams ready, go.
yeah.
You know, so could these week 2 injuries be part of that no preseason? I mean, I started asking the questions the more we saw go down. When you saw those numbers start going up and up and up on the injury charts, and you're like, what the hell? If you go
I
look at
don't.
those week 2 injuries, that list for the entire league is long.
Yeah. It's tough. I can see where. All right, without preseason, you're not ready for the hits. Your O line isn't prepared to be beaten up this hard by an opponent. I think your slot receiver is the one who loses out the most by not having a preseason. I think that position, the slot receiver, your Y guy or your Z guy,
Why?
Y, whatever it is.
It would be your X guy.
No, X is always a deep bomb threat.
That would be the Z guy. He runs straight.
I think that position misses out the most because you're not getting all that bumping and banging inside inside that 5 yard to make your Z cut to make it an 10-yarder.
Yeah, but doesn't that explain why we also probably saw a lot of running backs go down? Because
Well,
they're conditioning to be able to plant and hit these holes with contact and everything else. I mean, the Saquon situation, it wasn't the tackle that did him in. It was just trying to move.
Yeah, he probably moved the wrong way.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's part of the game conditioning, and, he went game hard ready, and the body was not ready for week 2 of the season. Where if he'd have had even 2 preseason games at that point would have been a little bit better off. The body would have been more adapt, maybe.
I can understand what you're saying in that regard, but I mean, if we just look at taking a subsample of the past 3 years, how much the starters actually play in preseason, like they're playing maybe in the course of 4 games a quarter.
Yeah.
So, I mean, are they really missing out? What it says to me is these guys, maybe it's because of the pandemic year or whatever you want to call it, they didn't come in the best physical condition.
Yeah, but can you really?
They maybe should have, because there were no mini camps.
Yeah, but
there were no any of that.
We saw all those videos of fucking dudes working out.
Yeah, we saw
it's
people...
very easy. But it's very easy to do a workout video that you're getting 3 minutes of fucking workout, and that's it.
Hold on. Did you guys go back and watch the JRE with Mike Tyson? The one that just recently took place.
No.
Did you? Okay, well, now he said
Yeah.
in that about conditioning, he said he started running on the treadmill 15 minutes a day because he wanted to get, back in shape to, like, he knew he was not fitting his clothes right.
Right.
And exercising to fit your clothes is one thing, but conditioning is to fit your soul. And there's a big difference between these guys exercising out in the yard fucking around, trying to put on a show for Instagram or Twitter or wherever they're putting their broadcast out to, versus getting ready for the NFL season and getting your ass in condition to play football.
That's my point. Like, it's very easy to say, "Hey, look at me. Here's a 3-minute video of
that's
me
why I want to
working
highlight.
out."
Yeah, that's why I want to highlight that comparison, is because Mike Tyson, as a professional athlete, said that when he did that first video that we saw where he's like, "I'm back," and everybody's like, "Oh shit, Mike Tyson's gonna put the gloves on again." That video, he said he hurt for like 2 weeks after that and damn near cried for a week, because being in shape and exercising is one thing, but conditioning for a fight, that's something different. That takes a whole another unique proposal to yourself.
It's a whole nother level.
To get yourself in condition to be a professional athlete. So,
hey man, I can totally relate right now, because I can't do any kind of real workout. The only workouts I can do are flexibility training. And I'm sitting here with my Apple Watch going and doing my flexibility training at PT 3 times a week, closing my rings, burning calories, but I'm not really. And I know I'm not really.
Right.
Because
you're
it's
just
a
going
totally
through this
different
thing.
caloric burn. It's like one thing of setting your watch going, "I'm doing an activity, yay." It's like, Webb, when the girls used to go for the walk, and you'd go for the walk and you're like, "This is total bullshit. It's not doing anything." Because you're like, "I'm walking at a faster pace than them, and he's not even here. I'm walking more steps and all that." Like, doing what I'm doing here and going to Orange Theory and burning 800 calories in an hour is like, that's what I want. But I can't, because I have a sprained MCL.
Yeah.
So all I can do is rehab and stretch and go to PT, and I can't go for a long walk.
That's what I mean about the conditioning, and you also highlighted the fact that there was no training camp, like no real training camp, no OTAs, like, so that's all more conditioning that is, part of what they would normally do to get ready for a season.
These guys were doing virtual OTAs and virtual training camps, but what was it? The coach sent an email saying, "I want you to go do these 15 exercises and these 15 agility drills, and let me know when you did them."
Yeah, it's accountability at that point.
I'm putting it on you, Mr. $750,000 to $18 million player, to be honest and say you're doing your work that you're supposed to be doing, that we're paying you the money to go do.
Mm.
And I don't think all these players that are getting hurt now, I've had a personal issue with the field at MetLife Stadium probably for a decade since it's been in there. I've watched so many games on television just because of where we live, and this is what you get, and this is all before the internet gave you anything. Do you remember when Revis went down from the Jets?
Yes.
He blew his ACL?
Yeah.
And you literally looked at him where at any other point in time in any other field, he did a plant, turn, and run.
Yep.
He plant and turned, and the foot didn't move.
Nope.
And if you just do like a correlation of the amount of injuries, ACL, knee type injuries that have occurred at MetLife Stadium, we witnessed how many just going to the XFL games that we went to. How many players each game would go out with a knee injury?
Yep.
Well,
So I can totally understand where the 49ers are coming from, that the field's too sticky, because I've been a firm believer that turf is either too long, or the material that it's made up of over time has broken down to the point where it's became more sticky, tacky, something along those lines.
I think that stadium was redressed this year. But it was redressed.
I don't know.
That's one of the reasons why Turf Pros was there to do a
Well, I'm
walk.
sure they give a warranty on their product. So
Well, plus you also want to see what's wrong. If anything, is it the base underneath it? Is it the turf itself? What is it?
Yeah, is
You
the
can't,
compound that
yeah.
you've put in it.
like,
Yes.
think about all of the knee injuries. You had Saquon go out, Garoppolo go down with a knee, Mostert go down with a knee, Bosa go out with a torn ACL.
Yep.
I mean, Solomon go out with a knee injury. Like,
Le'Veon Bell.
that's
That was a home
McCaffrey.
game.
yeah, but that's not at MetLife. Like, I'm
Was it
talking
home?
just
Oh,
strictly
Agreed.
this
oh,
week
you're just talking
alone.
strictly at that place. Yeah, well, I
This
mean,
one game, you had 4 people go out with a knee injury. Like, okay, I get like law of averages and shit happens in sports, and
this
but
has been
there's
an
also like a certain level of okay, I could get 1 or 2 per game. That kind of makes sense to me, but I mean, especially these guys that are linemen that all they're doing is planting and pushing. And they're tearing their ACLs. Like, that doesn't
has
say
been
anything to you.
this has been more of a league issue though in recent years where we've helped to eliminate concussions and have had more and more MCLs, ACLs
Soft tissue injuries.
than we've seen a lot in the past. That's been a major uptick, say just the past 3 years.
I think it's an issue with the strength and conditioning. I think a lot of it is a product of. We've had this conversation before. We had this conversation about baseball last time. It was during baseball season where there was a rash of injuries, and we were talking about like when we grew up watching baseball. Baseball players were like beanpole guys. You had your few big guys, but they were big guys because of genetics. Like they were just big-bodied people. Like comparing Webby to you, Thump, you're a bigger, broader, genetically bigger dude. He's a skinnier, taller dude.
Right.
That's the way baseball was. Now we have these athletes that are so big. The human body isn't made that way.
Well, Webb made a good assumption right during all of this past week's craziness and was like, maybe COVID testing is not what we should be doing, and maybe we should be checking
Steroids.
something other than genetics.
Yep. This one's for you here, Thump, right here. Boom. Yeah, I mean, just seems weird. It's knees and ankles and knees and ankles, hammies,
Leg injuries.
knees down. It's the knees down. Well, yeah.
Well, no.
Okay, it's
Hamstrings above the knee.
leg injuries.
But a lot of it is. I mean, you look at how big these guys are. Like they're. I'm learning like now with my own personal physiology, with going into PT and what they're having me do and everything like that. That everything is interconnected in a certain way. So not only are they treating my knee, but they're also working on the flexibility in my hamstrings because my hamstrings, my hip flexors, and my quads are all very tight. All tight, which is good because they're all tight. It's bad because they're all tight, but at least like not one is tighter than the other, causing other issues. But the hamstring being tight is potentially what's causing a knee problem, which is potentially what's causing a calf problem. In turn, causing an Achilles problem and a heel problem and a plantar problem. Like they're all interconnected in a way. You got these guys that are spending so much time in a weight room, pushing weight, building up upper body to make their upper body strong. They're doing their leg exercises. But if you look at the amount of leg exercises that are out there compared to the upper body exercises that are out there, everybody is concerned about the upper body. If I can get my legs sculpted, like I have great legs. Personally, I think I have great legs. I have no fat in my legs. They're well defined. I have great calves. There's no fat in my legs at all. But you can only do a limited amount of exercise with your legs. And once you get your legs where you want them, you're like, okay, I'm good. I want to work on my upper body. I want bigger biceps, bigger triceps, a bigger chest, broader shoulders, larger lats. Like that's where everybody working out naturally gravitates to, because that's what people see. We're sitting here on camera. What do you see?
True.
Upper body.
Yeah, upper body. Yeah.
You're on TV and they're panning across a bench. What are they showing? The upper body of all the players.
True.
Hulu's new commercial. What did they do? Use different lower bodies.
So they.
I mean, it's a human factor. It's a
Ooh, what a sack.
natural occurrence for the human to want to improve what is always going to be visible to people, what people find attractive. You're looking at the head, the face, the upper body. You might look at the ass, you might look at the legs. You're not looking at, I mean, as guys, you look at legs. Oh, she's got nice legs.
Legs. No,
You know? Oh, look, she's got a nice ass, or she's got a bubble butt, or she's got a whatever. You know, that's the conversation. But after that, that's after you already commented on the eyes, the rack, the belly, the hips.
Right. Yeah.
That whole entire other midsection. Like, it's always an afterthought.
So
So
Miami
I think
and
a lot of
Jacksonville
these injuries,
both be
a
fine
lot of
this
these
week.
injuries are a cause and a product of poor conditioning.
True.
Miami and Jacksonville will both be fine this week.
Yeah. Right.
Large numbers of players on the sidelines not wearing facial coverings.
Big one.
Are the coaches?
For the most part, it looked like I have seen so far.
What does anybody know what the fines actually handed down were to Pete Carroll and company?
$100,000 plus the team was fined $250,000.
Yeah, $250 to the team and $100 to the coaches.
Yarp.
How do you feel about that?
He didn't like it because he was included in it.
I'm asking you guys. How do you feel about that? Do you feel that's just?
Yeah. Sure. I ain't got a.
I believe
can
that,
find-
I believe they put the guidelines in place for a reason, and if you don't want to follow them, that just like any violation inside of a professional organization, that you should have countermeasures to deter people from not following the rules. So yes,
Well, how many people do you think are going to next week or this coming weekend say fuck it, and versus how many people are actually going to do it?
I mean, I'm looking at a Jacksonville-Miami game right now that is the first step into the week after fines, and there's a bunch of fuck it.
Yeah.
But it's also Florida. There's also Florida fuck it going on here. It's 2 Florida fuck it's. So I don't know how much weight we hold this one particularly to.
Well, wait, is it different if it's a Florida man?
Currently, yes, Florida man is definitely on a different level of fuck it. That's why I said these are Florida fuck it's, and they're different. You know, Florida's
Sure.
had the fuck it mentality damn near the whole time anyway. So to expect these teams to really be acting very different, it's kind of, you know, meh.
Okay. 36 seconds left in the half. 21-7. Miami.
Yep. They like that 14-point lead, wanted to get back there.
Yeah. Fitzpatrick's thrown 2 touchdowns. He's 12 for 14, 127 yards. That's not bad. Gardner Minshew, 7 for 10, 71 yards. Devontae Parker is leading the receiving corps with 3 receptions for 45 yards.
Minshew just threw one away, so that number goes down again.
Yeah, there you go. They've been playing way better ball, consistent ball.
Uh-huh. Oh, well,
And-
I see part of their problem right now. They got Matt Glennon as a backup.
Well, yeah, that's so the quarterback plays better. We'll put this shitty guy in. Blake Bortles. Right? They got Blake Bortles, right?
They
I thought Bortles was in Tennessee.
Oh no, Minshew. Right.
yeah, it's Minshew,
Where did Nick Foles end up?
Chicago,
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
backing up Trubb.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, they paid him good to be a backup up there, though.
Problem with Miami is if you let Fitzpatrick get settled,
You let
He's
him
gonna-
start the magic.
Yeah, he's going to beat you.
Yep. Beard versus
That's-
mustache has been the trend this week.
Of course. I mean, Miami's got a decent team put together. They got a
They're
shot.
highlighting right now on the broadcast. They're actually highlighting the little bit of a shots fired between these two
No.
fellas this week.
We didn't.
It was also a question posed to me in Discord too by another one of the Angry Dandelion grouping that was like, so beard or mustache?
We never.
Oh wow.
Beard or mustache, yeah. We never did. I'll drink to that for the football.
No, we didn't. So I'm sitting here before while we're all having conversation,
We'll be doing that.
and every single one of my Gmail accounts goes down. And I go over to my news aggregator, and the headline, Google crumbles. Every Google service, including Gmail, YouTube, and Hangouts, crashes, sparking chaos online.
Oh boy. Well, in that case,
This happened at 21:38. This article literally just dropped.
Bye, YouTube.
According to Down Detector, this happened roughly around 9 p.m., which is about exactly when I'm sitting here and going, my work email went down,
Yep.
my personal Gmail went down, all of my accounts went down.
Hey, Webb, I'm at Down Detector right now.
Yeah.
Top
We're
six.
still-
Top six.
Yeah.
Google, Google Drive, Gmail, YouTube, YouTube TV, and then DoorDash. Google Play is number 9 on the list currently. And Google Home is like number 13. Stadia is also further down the list there too. And
Nest
Google,
is on
Google
that
Cloud's
list.
even further down the list. Oh yeah, Nest is up there.
Our stream is still up on YouTube. You can watch us over there at youtube.com/watch.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. Other applications, including fast food delivery service DoorDash and their smart home Nest services,
Yep.
PlayStation, Hulu, and CBS All Access also started crashing for some users.
Gotta be some.
Oh, and
Google has yet to release a statement about the incident.
those are $50 a game, Web, or $150 for the season for the cutouts.
Yes, yeah. Only for 2 games. You can buy them individually for 2 games. The Washington football team fans, established. It says 1932, but we all know that's 2020. Yeah, you can buy cutouts for the October 4th game.
We
or
didn't
the,
move. We didn't move, and we still own our history, so we know that team was established.
You don't
in-
know any history. No, we can rewrite history now. Remember that.
Yeah, but
You
I'm not allowing you to do it because I'm a representative of the team right here currently speaking, and I'm shutting down your bullshit.
Anyway,
We still
buy
own our
cutout-
history, motherfucker. Yes, we are the Washington football team. We were initially were the what was it? The Boston Braves.
Yeah, something to that effect. It's the 2 games, October 4th and November what? I don't remember.
The salute game.
Yeah, so I don't remember what it was offhand.
November 8th.
Okay, November
But
8th.
you can also do the Washington Gold members full season, and that is an extra $50 to do that.
$149 a year, or $149 for the year. Excuse me. Yeah, you can have your face in a Washington Redskins. We should put.
Oh no, actually, if you
should
pose
put in a-
if you pose in your own Washington gear, they will put it up as such. They say the only thing is you can't do any third party or non-Washington.
Right. Yeah, you can't.
Gear.
No. It's hometown, hometown only. Ren, we should take the 8-Bit Bros thump and see if we can get a cutout with that. I'll split the 149 and we'll put thump in the stadium, but it's got to be 8-bit.
It's got to be 8-bit thump.
How do we go about doing that? Where's the size requirements? I need
It's right
I
there
need
through.
specs.
It's right there through. Click. Click the link in general. It'll be Slack general, and you can get the information there.
Yeah, it's right in Slack. But yeah, I'm trying to.
The terms and conditions are all there as far as like what the necessities are for everything.
Oh look, I just did one with Ren's face. Zoom out. Zoom. Oh, look at this. Okay, I can put Ren's face right in there. We can do it ourselves, bro. We don't even need a picture of Thump. Look at that. Oh my God, that's almost perfect. Zoom out a little bit more. Yeah.
Photo guidelines, no third-party branding, including on apparel in a photo
that's bullshit.
backgrounds, no attire, no
bullshit.
commercial advertising, including company names, apparel brands, no political statements, no offensive negative comments, no lewd, inappropriate, or offensive photos, no arms raised in photos, no hats in photos, even though the photo they're showing is someone wearing a hat.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of
It's
hilarious
all
too.
bullshit. Look, we know it's all bullshit. If some dude could get Weekend at Bernie's behind home plate at a Royals game, they'll pretty much put whatever as long as you don't have like fuck you, fuck something across it. You know what I mean? I mean, dude, the Weekend for Bernie, it's a dead dude slouched in a chair behind home plate at a Royals game. You can't tell me that they were like, yeah, we didn't.
It's also the Royals, and they charge $25 for seats behind home plate.
Why, that's not the point.
Anything to make a buck, bro.
There you go. Here's Ren as a Washington. You're a Redskins fan now. There you go. I threw that in the Slack. And that's, of course, that dude with the hat is okay because that's Ashton Kutcher.
It's not Ashton Kutcher.
Had you for a second, though. All the teams should do this. I mean, I wanted to do the Yankees sucked. They didn't do it. Stupid. And now what? What are you going to do for the World Series? Since it's in a fucking bubble. You're going to be changing cutouts in an entire stadium every game? That's not happening. It's not happening.
They'll just have equal representation of the two teams.
Well, that'd be great. Let me put my shit in now. Because I want to be in on the World Series. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, Washington fans, they will mail you back
your cutout.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like mine autographed by a couple team members, please.
Right? Like the whole team.
I'll do the 150, but when you send me my cutout back, I want it autographed.
Now they won't do it because you asked. They're probably sitting there going, "See, we were going to do that, but now that Thump dude said that, we ain't doing that for that Thump dude."
Yeah, fuck you guys.
That shit's not happening.
Screw you guys. Look, not for anything, Dan. If you don't just send me a cutout that's autographed with my picture on it already anyway,
right?
When you started talking about that bullshit of keeping the Washington football team name, like, I'm telling you, you don't want us showing up at your doorstep.
Here's how bad it is being called the Washington football team, okay? When you open up your daily fantasy or any sports betting app and you're like, oh, who am I playing this week? Oh, okay, I'm a Niners fan. I'll just scroll down. 49ers are playing football
Slack.
Team. Football team. That's how it shows up on everything. It's football team.
Yeah, they're playing a football team. Yes.
Where'd you get this shirt? What is this?
That's another option.
That's the upcoming game.
Oh, if you were for the upcoming games. Yeah, we were going for season. Okay, I see. But that's not fun.
I clicked on it to get a template.
Yeah, I got you. You got to put 8-bit Thump.
Hold on, I'm working on it, all right?
Go and put yourself in first.
Because I had a singular image to see if it would work. I had my headshot from Skype.
You can zoom in and out, and you can move it around. You can do all sorts of shit. It's the internet, man. It's the internet of all things. Just fucking put it in.
Do you want the blue background in there or no?
I don't know.
You just want 8-bit Thump head.
Yeah, maybe just put 8-bit Thump head in there. Just export that out. I know you got the layer open right now. You just be like, exported. Exported.
I got to relog into Adobe because Google went down.
Mm.
I am not even having any issues with Google anywhere. Where did it go
Yeah,
down?
but you don't keep your shit logged in locally.
What are you talking about? I'm logged in everywhere locally.
You have Gmail in your Outlook, or do you go to gmail.com?
No, it just pops up on the phone. And
Right.
Well,
I'm talking on your computer.
my computer, I'm Gmail. I get my notifications. They pop up in my lower little notification area.
Yeah, from Chrome.
yeah, from Chrome.
So you'd never
which
know.
Chrome didn't go down.
I have my mail app that has all 13 email addresses that I have in one place.
Okay.
Right.
And
well,
all
all
of
my
those
emails.
email addresses logged out of the app.
Right. When Gmail went down.
I was still getting them on my phone. I got my purchases. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Like I said, I'm not seeing an issue. Our show had no issues. It's still streaming on YouTube. We started at 8:00. It never went down.
Doesn't mean anybody can get to YouTube to see it though.
I can.
I got to YouTube, no problem.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I'm actually now. I am seeing that on the Pixel right now. That when I went to refresh my newsfeed, I am not getting a refreshed newsfeed.
Okay. Oh yeah, I can't check that.
Like no Google Doodle for today, and no refresh newsfeed. Which I did have a Doodle, and
Oh, what is this? I missed this today.
what's that?
Coalition for App Fairness.
Is this another sweeping attack on Apple's?
Epic, Spotify, and others take on Apple with a coalition for app fairness.
Well, considering that they did just go, hey, if you want, we'll offer this kind of thing over here. And they were like, just treat everybody the fucking same. Ooh. Cone Health is building a new facility in Greensboro, a $64.8 million facility.
You know, the thing that cracks me up about this whole app coalition thing is all these people are just fucking butthurt at the fact that Apple makes money and they don't.
You're
That's
a
what
dick.
this all boils down to.
all
To
of these
quote you,
people make
Webby,
money.
You're a
it all
dick for even
boils
saying that. Hey, dude, you're gonna
it
sell
all
your
boils
shit
down
at
to
the store
dollars and
for
cents. The
30%.
stock
That's
market rules the world.
It's not the stock market. It's the bottom dollar. Fuck the stock market. It's what's in your pocket. So you make an app that's gonna fucking make you $1 bazillion, and
And they're
Apple
making their money.
third
This
of,
is what you're missing.
how am I missing?
They
This is-
just want more.
this is
They're
lo-
making their money. They're getting their money. They just want more.
It's loan shark, man. It's loan shark.
It's
You-
not loan shark. You sign a contract,
It's a loan shark.
pay X amount. You sign a contract that you're going to get 70% of the money, but we're going to take 30. But we're hosting everything and we're doing all that and we're handling all the exchanges. We want.
Doing.
Hold on a second.
What do
I
we-
equate
we-
this.
how
I
many
equate.
workers-
Okay, if you have a problem with this, why
Yeah.
don't you have a problem with Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and every other credit card company that charges a fee to every small business that wants to use them as a transaction?
No, that why would I have a problem with a credit card charging a fee when you're
So
pay-
you
wait,
so-
let me finish. When you're paying with money you don't physically fucking have.
I'm not talking about you or I, bro. I'm talking about Krausers up the block.
Yeah. I don't get charged a fee when I use my debit card.
You don't, they do.
Sure.
Okay, so what's the difference?
Sure.
We'll let you
It's
take
not real money.
we'll let you
Yeah, but why
we'll
should they
let
be
you
charged
use-
for
not real
money?
money.
let you-
Yeah, but why should they be charged for money that you're spending that's not there?
But it's not
Thank
real
you.
money.
But why
It's not-
should they be charged? Okay, why are they being charged real money for
Sure,
fake money
they-
you're spending?
Because there's a whole business that has to fucking take place and interact.
Okay, so Apple's got a whole business that needs to take place and interact, like servers and everything like that they're paying for. So what's the difference?
A paycheck.
What's the difference, bro?
When you're talking about digital commerce, you're talking about people.
Okay, and credit cards, we've been having this credit for 50 years.
To download an app and install it on my phone doesn't take any human interaction. You're not paying that. You're not taking a cut of that money and paying an employee's salary. You're taking a cut of that money and putting it straight in your pocket.
But what about the server farm you're paying for and the staff for that server farm and the equipment in that server farm and the bandwidth that you owe somebody else you got to pay for?
You're a company that builds and makes servers. So what does it cost you? What does it cost?
And, okay, and going back to the credit card analogy, you're a bank. What is it costing you for a transaction? Nothing.
It's digital. It's got to transfer somewhere. Yes, it's got 1.1%.
Wait, hold on. You just said it's digital.
Can you help me here?
You just said it's digital, but their digital quantification doesn't count. It's because you said it was personal when you wanted it to count for personal. Oh, well, there's people involved. And now you're talking about it's digital. Which is it? Is it people or is it digital? Which way are you going to let this coin fall? And are you willing to say that both of these actually, in aspect of what he's talking about, are identical?
I don't see it as being identical.
Well, I know, but you just argued for both sides of the coin.
No, I didn't argue for both sides of the coin. I don't know what the fuck I was trying to say. You've both got me confused. It's wrong. It's fucking loan sharking.
So is credit. So is credit.
No, it's not. It's legal because it's only fucking, here's your 21%.
Well, it's been legal for all this time for Apple to do what they've been doing too. It wasn't up until recent that people decided to be like, you know what, we want to try and make it illegal.
Yeah, but hold on a second. Apple's not even actually doing anything illegal because these people all signed contracts.
Yeah, I know, because they were fucking stupid.
Okay, but hold on a second. Every single store that's a brick and mortar store has signed a contract with Visa, MasterCard, and American Express and Discover in order for people to be able to pay with their fake money and go have a transaction they're paying for. Have you ever noticed most recently that it's cash if it's one price, it's credit if it's another price? Most known at gas stations.
Only in a gas station.
No, not only in a gas station, bro.
There are several stores that will tell you that there's a service charge for using credit within their facility.
Thank you.
Okay.
I saw it huge down south.
Mom and pop, the one-off store. One-off.
Okay, those people. Okay, now to use your analogy, they're trying to make a buck.
I'm not shopping there. Fuck you.
I'm trying to make a buck.
Yeah, I'm walking out the door.
No, you're shopping there. You always support local business. Don't give me that bullshit.
Not if it's like this whole COVID fee, okay? This fucking COVID fee. I will not eat in New York City. Period. Done. If you're gonna charge me an extra 10% because your governor says it's okay, you lost a lot of money, so charge everybody 10%. Go fuck yourself. That's highway robbery. It's extortionism. Fuck you. I ain't paying that. I won't shop there. Oh, I'm sorry. It's going to be...
So what if you go buy beer at a brewery and they're like, oh, you're paying credit? That's going to be...
Fuck you.
Be a different
I know what it costs for you to make your beer at a brewery. 29 cents a fucking gallon, and you're charging me $14.99 for a 4-pack. Okay, fuck you. I know what it costs to make. Passing the buck along to the consumer is always a bad idea.
Well, so you're sitting here lambasting Apple for something that has been a historic thing going on for decades.
It was stupid. It was created because someone needed to have total control.
Banks have been doing it forever. Do you pay a fee on your checking account?
No.
Because you have a checking account that doesn't have a fee. Think about all the people in the world who for decades have been paying a fee on their checking account.
Right.
But you have a problem with what Apple's doing, even though banks have been doing it for centuries.
But then you're stupid if you're paying fees at a bank. That's what TD Bank is all about.
You're missing my point, bro. You're trying to quantify when I'm saying the behavior and practice of what's going on, even though what Apple's doing is backed up by contracts signed
Yeah.
by these same companies that are
Yeah.
now bitching and moaning
Okay.
because they want more money,
Yeah.
because their numbers are down,
Right.
and they can't figure their own shit out, so they're going to come after the big dog because they want more money.
Yeah. You talk about,
But they're still raping. But they're still raping the common man for fake currency at $9.99. Doesn't get you the quantity of $9.99 to buy a fake skin on a fake character in a fake game.
You're talking about banks charging you money to deal with your money. Since the beginning,
And Apple is charging 30% to deal with distribution of your application.
Beginning of time, as you placed it, there was a point in time where that fee didn't even touch the interest.
It's about to be a wrap.
That you were, yeah. Look, trust me, I'm see that clock up there.
I'm just strictly trying to say what Apple's doing is nothing wrong because they're playing a middleman.
They charge you 30%. Does your credit card company charge the store 30%?
I don't know what a credit card company charges.
Oh, American Express charges 2.85% transaction fee for a business. That's the largest and highest in the credit industry. MasterCard and Visa 1.85. Discover might be 1.5. Don't remember. It's not 30 fucking percent. When you go to buy gas and get taxed on it, is it 30%?
We'll pick this conversation up Tuesday, but
50 cents.
Everything you're saying, like, take it to your music industry of all these bands you love.
Yeah.
And what the industry was doing to those bands. We're handling the printing, the distributing, the marketing, the everything for you, the band.
That's what happens.
You get 12 cents on a dollar.
Sure, it's what happens when you get in bed with the Jews.
You get 12 cents on a dollar. Apple's giving you 70 cents on the dollar and taking 30 cents on the dollar to market, distribute, house, give you the software you need, and all of that shit.
Marketing shit. They're not marketing shit. Stop that. Oh,
really?
If you go to the App Store, you get a marketing banner. Do you get emails saying, hey, today's fucking game of the day is... No.
Yeah, I do.
No.
Yeah, Google sends me emails all the time talking about what games are available.
I get emails all the time.
What features are
saying?
As soon as I go to the gameplay store, it has suggestions as well.
Because you chose not to get anything, that's why you get none.
I didn't choose. It's an iPad. It just shit miraculously appears on it. You can't opt out of the iStore sending you messages. It's built into the operating system. It's part of the operating system. You can't opt out of that. Stop that. Stop it. You know it. I know it. You can't opt out of that. You can't opt out of your operating system sending you messages. Can't do that with Microsoft either. I get fucking pop-ups all the time. Are you really sure you want to continue using fucking Chrome when Edge is right here? All the time. Yes, I get some notifications from Google. Absolutely. But my iPad still has 21 emails in it, all from fucking Ren or from, oh shit, I couldn't remember my password, so I got to reset it again. I have nothing. Zero. I don't even get little fucking pop-up notifications going, hey, download this here today. Well, my phone does that shit all the time. All the time. I don't know. 8-Bit Bros. Thursday. Late edition. We'll be back next week. Tuesday with J7. Possibly. Maybe. She went MIA tonight. Yeah. Anybody want to say parting word?
Bye, guys.
Yep.
Deuces.
Pete Deuces.